Welcome to High Oracle's Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And I kept hearing repeating from the movie Constantine, guess who doesn't have your back anymore? Guess who doesn't have your back anymore? So I kept hearing that, and it has given me the understanding that this person has been abandoned. These narcissists have been abandoned by their entity. They are in peril. This is why they are so desperate, to bring you under control. I have been getting a lot of different types of emails saying that, these people's children, my cousin is trying to bring me back into the family so that they can be rewarded by the spiritual narcissist and the entity. So this is what triggered that voice kept saying to me over and over, guess who doesn't have your back anymore? Guess who doesn't have your back anymore? Okay? So in that scene in the movie, that entity, the shayateen in that movie was talking to a female, Gabriel, and we all know that Gabriel is not a female, okay? But this is how they portrayed in that movie. That's how Gabriel is portrayed in that movie, and we have to make sure that we're understanding that these people are trying to tell lies. They're trying to make sure that you're under a certain false pretense of their lies. They're trying to show a guise to other people. They're under a disguise. Okay, so we want to see them for who they are. This is who they have been portraying, pretending to be all of their life. And so now that their mask has fallen, they need their children. And so since they do not have access to you, they have done the negative deeds to you in the past. They do not have access to you because they have abandoned you. They have abandoned you and your families. Okay, all they were concerned about was the power, the money, and the material gift, your blessings that they could harvest off of you. Okay, this is why they're trying to send someone to rush in, and no one can talk to you, no one can come at you. And so this is what I have been recommending, and I'm going to take my own advice. And like I said, I've been dealing with this situation for a very long time. And so I have to be able to get my phone number changed because I've had my phone number for over 20 years. So, this is what I'm in the process of doing. I've been getting all these other, the links and everything for the egg cleanse for you guys. The love egg cleanse, the healing egg cleanse, it's all posted for you now, at a discounted price. Some of you have been reaching out for consultations. I really appreciate your consultations, and you want those egg cleanses for your consultations. So please go ahead and book those at my website. But these people are trying to bring you back under control when they do not have the authority to do so. Their children do not have the authority to do so. Okay? Because they have no kind of soul left. They have no credibility left. Okay, so now they're trying to just, be aggravating and stalk you online, stalk you and try to tell you that, that's your father, that's your uncle, and, you're supposed to be taking care of them when they didn't. When they didn't take care of, the situation, when they were never a family. This is what I've been getting from you. Okay, and this is why I've offered those cleansings, so that you can take advantage of cleansing that depressive, filthy, yucky energy out of your system. Okay, it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. But we have to be vigilant against these entities that want to reconnect through their children and trying to deliver you. You know, and I said this to Instagram. They're trying to deliver you to the entity and to the spiritual narcissist of your family. And this is what we're not going to do. This is what we're not going to do. Create a generational curse. Because, you know, they want to be rewarded by the entity. Okay? They want to stay in their false narrative. This is not, this ain't what you want. And this is what we're not going to do. Okay? So, understand what I'm saying to you. Understand what I'm saying to you. That, you know, they want you to hold the family reunions. They want you to come and participate in the family reunions while they reap the benefits, and they do nothing. They offer nothing, and they secretly hate you. Okay, they secretly want to harm you, and they're trying to send those deterioration spells. They're trying to reconnect those deterioration spells, and we're cleansing that negative energy because we have seen clearly this month who they are. They have been exposed for being the snakes in the grass, and they've just had to come on to the forefront with the behavior and the attitude. You know, their character, they can no longer hold their composure, you know, that I'm the best person and I'm trying to be the upright person. They can no longer hold their composure or their character with you. They're simply coming out as being against you, and they hate your energy. Your energy has irritated them. You caught them, you know, with the side eye. You caught them with the side eye before. And so now they can no longer contain themselves. They have to come out and show you who they really are, because they want to be able to bring you down. 717, as I'm saying that. They want your power. They want your money. They want, you know, the jackpot. But they don't serve God. They serve the entity, and this is why God is going to punish them, because they have associated the entity with being a god. They have, you know, bought into the entity and tried to use the entity in order to attack chosen ones and bring them down. Okay? So, you know, I have been listening to a lot of you, and I wanted you to understand this. You know, the reason that they can no longer hold their composure anymore is because they have to come out as being against you. They can no longer hide the hate that they have for you. We beat the grass. They've had to come to the forefront. Okay? We've cleansed them out of the shadows this month. They have to come to the forefront, and all I can hear is the voice saying, look who doesn't have your back anymore. Look who doesn't have your back anymore. So, you know, they're not, you know, backed by God. They're definitely not backed by God. Okay? And they do not have any kind of authority, any kind of power from the entity, because they have failed to make good on their promise. They have failed to deliver the chosen ones, humble in a submissive state, broken, under control, put back to sleep to the entity. They were unable to carry out that plot in our lives. And so now they are fin to reap. They are going to reap what they have sent to the chosen one. Look who doesn't have your back anymore. Okay? Okay, you're going to experience the unaliving spells backfire, the destiny swaps, the soul ties. It's going to backfire and send ripple effects throughout these families, these narcissist families, these people that they are trying to control, to gang stalk you on the internet or otherwise. Those people who they have gathered to follow them into their lives, their behavior, that false reality. They're going to pay for those types of behaviors, them and their children. 1001, as I'm saying this. 1001, I've been seeing 1001. I've been seeing, 757. Okay? We're flying high. And when we fly, they go low. They descend. They plummet into the earth. Okay? These narcissists, they are going to reap the benefit of the spells that they have sent out. Those spells sent for your destiny swap to drive you crazy. It's going to backfire. It's being backfired on them. They're losing everything. And most of all, they're losing their health. They're losing their mind, because this is what the entity is coming to collect, to put them in the place of what they feared most, of being like the people that they feared most. And so this is what we are watching. This is why you've been reaching out to me, and this is why I've acclimated some gifts to you guys. So make sure that you're taking advantage of that before the end of the summer, so that we can continue to cleanse this negative energy, okay? And we can continue to, just look at them and understand, look who doesn't have your back anymore. And I hope that you received this message. So please like, share, and subscribe to me. You can book your one-on-one life coaching session or your consultation. Please make sure that you're giving in offerings or donations in my description on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to me. Leave a comment. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.